Ministry benchmarks. Data is one of the things that's kind of most fun for me, so I'm always excited about this study. But as Mike said, one of the real goals of this benchmark study is to add context to the data that you already have. When I get people to first look in their Google Analytics account, they'll say, oh, I'm getting 5,000 page views. Is that good? It's hard to tell without any reference point. So the goal of our benchmark study is really just to look at what's going on and give you a reference point. If you haven't looked at our benchmark study before, this is our third annual one, and it includes publicly available data on over 1,000 ministries. So our goal is to make it very, very comprehensive in terms of the ministries we look at, coming from all sizes, all different sectors. And the reason for that is often when we want to know if we're doing good, say, how's our social media account doing? Well, we go and find the greatest social media account ever and compare ourselves to it, right? And we're not doing good. The goal of this is to give a comprehensive view of there are some ministries that are small, there are some ministries that are large, and you're probably in there somewhere. So I'm just going to highlight a few data points. You'll be able to, our benchmark study is available for free, so you'll be able to get a copy and see all the details. The first one is SEO, and this chart is actually looking at whether people gained or lost rankings for keywords. And we use SEMrush, and that shows the data for the top 100 results. And what we found this year is actually nearly 70% of ministries gained keywords in the top 100 results. That's up from last year where it was almost 50-50, whether they gained or lost. So that's exciting to see. And one of the things I really like about collecting this type of data is it kind of challenges our assumptions. I regularly talk to ministry leaders who wonder if SEO is even worth your time, right? Because there's cultural biases against religion and that type of thing that are perceived. But the reality is, if people are searching for your content, Google needs to provide results for it, right? So SEO is very important, and for a lot of ministries, it makes up more than half of their traffic. So I would encourage you to look at your own analytics account and see how you're doing with organic traffic. Page speed is a factor that we've been looking at for the last couple of years as Google has made it a ranking factor. And we use Google's page speed insights as a basis, so their page speed scores. And what we actually found is, it's kind of hard to read here, but we have desktop on the left and mobile on the right, is we found that we've actually improved. So these median numbers are better than they have been, but there's still a lot of opportunity to make the experience better. As you're looking at engagement and as you're looking at whether you have a positive or negative experience on your website, page speed is something that's very important. There's been studies that show people are more likely to hang around and engage with your content, less likely to bounce, more likely to come back, more likely to convert if your website is faster. So this is an area that we monitor, and you can see on mobile, it's very low. And on desktop, we've actually moved kind of into the middle area of the scores there. Social media, one of the things that we've looked at is which channels people are promoting on their website. So this pie chart here shows that actually 83% of ministries did not have any social media channels listed on their website. And we've seen this as a trend over the last couple of years where people are actually engaging on social media and trying to drive people back to their website rather than push them from their website to social media platforms. So this is actually a shift that we've seen hold steady for the last 2 years at least. And the chart next to it shows for the ministries that did promote social media, how many channels they promoted. The majority of them are promoting 4 channels, which are Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or X, and YouTube. The next thing that I like to look at is followers, and this is always surprising to a lot of people because that's something that ministries tend to compare themselves on. The median, this chart shows the median, and the median number of followers per ministry for Facebook is a little over 12,000, and then it drops way down for Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Interestingly, one of the exciting things is we're able to look at these same ministries year over year. And so interestingly, this year, both Facebook and Instagram grew in their median number of followers, where Twitter and YouTube actually shrank year over year, which is, I don't have a reason for the cause of that. I don't know why, but that is just an interesting piece of data. And then the number of posts per month, the average number of posts per month. This is one that always makes me feel good because I'm not consistent at posting on social media. But you always hear the experts say, oh, you've got to post every day, otherwise everything will fall apart. The reality is most ministry leaders and digital ministry people don't have the resources to post every day, as can be seen. This was also interesting to me because I was curious as to how AI might affect it. Since AI makes it easier to create posts, I was wondering if there was going to be a large jump. And what we found is the median for Facebook at 16 actually stayed the same year over year. Instagram did jump up. They were at a median of 13 per month, and they did actually jump up to match Facebook. And then Twitter and YouTube, as you can see, are still fairly low. But there wasn't any really seismic shift based on AI. And so that's an area that I'm personally going to be watching over the next couple of years and see how, as people adopt things, it turns out. So as I mentioned, you can download your benchmark study. You can download the benchmark study in the programs. There's a QR code where you can get it, or if your phone's able to get it off of that, you can. But we also realize that not everybody feels comfortable interpreting data. And so we do have an offer here for you of a free scorecard where if you request it, we'll actually take the benchmark data for your ministry and put it in so you can see where you fall and where your opportunities are. And then we'll also have a free call with one of our strategists so you can kind of brainstorm about opportunities, identify opportunities and weaknesses, and as well as some low-hanging fruit areas to grow. So go ahead and grab your copy of it, and also grab a scorecard if you would like. Thank you.